Hello everyone! Today we're going to be talking about a relatively new product. This is item number 95680, the HG aluminum wheels for small diameter narrow tires, 24mm reversible, 2 pieces. So here they are right here. This is a product that was introduced back in 2024. However, I don't think we saw this in the States until about recently, in the past few months or so. So yeah, this is very, very cool. This is the product right here. These are normal wheels right here. These are the wheels that come in the Turf Racer. And here are the aluminum wheels. We're going to do a weight comparison to see which ones are heavier. So with any weight comparison, we want to basically measure the weights with their bushings as well. So let's turn this on and let's take a measurement of these wheels here. Now these wheels might be a smidge heavier than regular plastic wheels because this has like a painted coating on it, but the difference should be negligible, so let's not care too much about that. So here we go, 1.52, 1.51, about 1.51 grams right here. So the instructions right here for these aluminum wheels say that they are 7 grams. So let's see if they are 7 grams with or without the plastic bushings. So here we go. So far it's 6.43 without the bushings. With the bushings, 6.69 grams. So it's a very conservative estimate when they say that it's 7 grams. It's a little under 7 grams, but it may as well be 7 grams if you round now it's 6.7, 6.69 upward. So it's almost 7 grams. This is 1.5 grams. So you are looking at a difference of 5.5 grams when you are moving up from this to the heavier aluminum wheels. Now, what do the aluminum wheels provide for you? They will provide for you stronger wheels so that you can endure harder landings. So that's very important because every time you land with your car over an incline, a jump, there's an impact force that happens. And depending on the tire set you have, you might sustain a very strong impact or a not as strong impact. And if you keep beating your tires and wheels and axles up with these strong impact landings, you're going to end up flexing and even bending your shafts, your wheel shafts. So here is a standard steel shaft right here. And I'm going to compare this to this attached to a reinforced shaft. Now, reinforced shafts are the ones that you should be using with your aluminum wheels. You can use steel shafts with aluminum wheels, but it's not recommended because if you're upgrading to this, you're expecting to have hard impact landings. And so using steel shafts is not going to be as beneficial for you as using reinforced shafts with your aluminum wheels. So you want that stronger shaft with your upgraded wheels. So let's take a measurement of what the original combination is supposed to weigh. So this is with the tire, the wheel, and the shaft. 3.9 grams. So bear that in mind. I think we have to zero this out. We'll zero this out first, and then we'll just remeasure. Let's take another measurement. Okay, 3.94 grams. So it's about 4 grams for this piece. Now let's measure the equivalent with the aluminum wheels. So we're going to take this, we're going to take one of these, we're going to take this, and we're going to take a tire, and we see here 6.53 grams. So about 4 grams versus 6.5 grams. So you're adding 2.5 grams with the aluminum wheel. 2.5 times 2 is 5 grams right there for the extra added weight if you're using just 2 aluminum wheels. If you have a set of 4, you're adding 10 grams to the whole thing, to your whole car. So bear that in mind. If you want your car to be heavier with all 4 wheels, then you're looking at 10 grams in additional weight. You might want this additional weight. Not every car is going to be awesome if it's lightweight. For things like B-Max, for example, you might want that heavier weight. You don't want things to fly off the track. You don't want things to land and then bounce back up uncontrollably. You want a flat landing. And in order to get that flat landing, you can use aluminum wheels to lower the center of gravity. So bear that in mind too. It's very important to determine what you want to use in terms of weight-bearing materials. So you can use mass dampers, you can use additional weights that you can attach onto carbons, you can use aluminum wheels, and these things will all weigh down the car. However, mass dampers, being that they are on posts, they can basically help you with landings, with creating softer landings when you have that up and down movement of the mass dampers. The dampening effect will enable your car to land more swiftly and safely onto a surface and continue on its journey. So you don't want to bounce and then jump up high. You want to try to bounce and then jump as low as possible, and then the next successive jumps will be lower and lower and lower so that you can continue on your journey. Now there's a technique. Some people like to make those fantastically large jumps, and then when eventually the car settles down to like a more stable plane, then it goes forward. So some people have mastered the technique of jumping over large chasms and then landing appropriately to continue on. So you can also adjust your car in that way. And I think that if you can master a technique like that, I think you'll go very far, because flying is definitely faster than landing and then dealing with the bumps along the way. So yeah, that's one thing to consider. So yes, I hope that I've given you a good introduction to this new exciting product. I think that it's going to be something that a fair number of racers will use in their builds, and I hope to see you use this product soon. So until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.